When one hears the word goblin, it may conjure up an image of a mischievous imp-like creature with a penchant for trickery, a name evoked to keep small children in their beds at night. But what if I was to tell you there is another sort of goblin, one with a mouthful of sharp teeth and the dead black eyes of a shark? That they were once human like you or I, but twisted into their terrible forms by fell magic, then sent with unwavering obedience to punish and devour those they once loved.
The Knights of the Shed Actual Play Podcast presents Zweihander, Feast of Goblyns.
As you sort of peer searching the pitch blackness, two yellow gleaming eyes look back at you. And from this seemingly endless patch of darkness, a guttural growl issues forth to fill the room.
I'm going to take this time to get the wolfsbane out of my pouch and rub it on the blade of my spear.
I'm going to throw the torch at it.
Faster than your eyes can follow, a huge grey wolf-like creature springs forward. There is murder in its eyes and blood on its claws. But the guards are ready. Right, we need everyone to roll for initiative.
How do we do that again?
D10 plus your initiative. Your initiative is based on perception, I think.
PB.
Does that look about right?
Yeah,
18.
3 plus PB.
Hey, Marsha, 18.
Yeah, I rolled a 10.
10.
13.
17.
16.
Marsha, you're...
Well, I'm first.
Yeah, he can.
I'm always first.
Oh, you are too, because, yeah.
Smuggler.
Okay, Raphe, the smuggler, you get to...
How well can I see this thing right now?
It's dim light.
Well, I'll try and shoot it, see what happens.
All right. Now let's have a think about the conditions. In terms of you sort of move forward to.
I'll make sure I'm not shooting anyone in the back of the head.
Okay, so you're going to have to move up probably at least to their shoulder, the front row's shoulder.
All right. That's a success if it's just a standard test.
Yes, standard test. There's an almighty bang as your what sort of weapon is it?
A flintlock pistol.
Flintlock pistol goes off, leaving some people's ears ringing in this echoey wooden chamber, and your bullet thuds into the creature.
All right. So what's damage again? Is it just D6?
And then plus your
I think it's 1d6 plus your combat.
bonus.
And the 6 explodes. Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
6.
7 total.
Okay, your bullet pierces its chest, and then before your eyes, it is ejected from the creature's chest and falls onto the floor as the wound re-knits, almost instantaneously.
Have these guards seen anything like a gun before?
They have. They don't seem too perturbed. They're like, oh, wow.
I'm going to rub the wolfsbane on my spear tip.
I thought we had to make a paste.
Did we?
I don't know. That's what Baius claimed.
Yes, you do.
Well, I don't know if I got paste or just wolfsbane, so I'm going to rub it on my spear tip and then stand behind a guard with my spear ready.
Yep. To coat a weapon, I'm going to say it does take a little while to do.
Roll to see if you cut yourself on your spear.
I'm not a werewolf, so...
Yeah, that still hurt.
The creature sort of snorts, somewhat offended by the smell of this wolfsbane, growls and sort of moves to the other guard, the one you're not standing behind. For whatever reason, it doesn't seem to like it.
Cool.
So, Marsha, you coat your weapon. Helmut.
Freya, get it. I send my dog in.
What are you going to tell Freya to do?
Oh, it's an attack. And hit.
It's a hit.
Yep.
Okay.
So is that just a D6?
Yes.
Does it say on here?
If she's just trying to take a chunk out of him, it's just a D6
Straight
plus
D6.
combat bonus.
6 all up.
6 all up.
6 all up. Yep.
Okay. Like the teeth go in, but unable to puncture the creature's hide.
Fair enough. I tried.
So the other thing is if you want to do multiple attacks, you have to declare that you just can't, like, I'll spend one action point. I'll do another attack. I'll spend another action point. You've got to declare all your attacks straight up. And the first attack's at
-10.
-10.
We got it wrong last time. So you got to declare them all because the first attack, if you multi-attack, is at -10.
And then 20 to 30.
But you can do things like a perilous stunt and then attack. That's okay.
So is that it for me, or
I don't know. That's you've spent an action point to
is
command
it?
Freya.
3 actions?
Frida?
3 actions or 2?
Yeah, 3 action points.
But I didn't declare anything. So I should have said I'll send Frida in and shoot.
No, you can shoot, but if you wanted to say...
But if I wanted to shoot 3 times, I should say I
Yeah,
want to shoot 3 times. Well, I would just like to shoot once.
sure.
That's a hit. So that's 5, 6, 7, 8.
A wound, and it momentarily seems agonized. The arrow bites deep. However, in a dramatic flare, it rips the arrow out of its chest, and again, the wound reknits almost instantaneously.
Do you either of you have any actual plan for what we're doing here?
Yeah, we're going to subdue this man.
How?
With our clubs and pole arms and perhaps this torch.
Violence. With violence.
Do they sound confident?
They have a slight falter to their voices. He wasn't like this before. We didn't know he was quite like this. The jailer said he was causing trouble, broken the cell.
Where are we at in initiative order?
You're next.
I was just making sure that we weren't skipping me because I went first. I spent all my points reloading my gun.
Okay, you reload. There's how are you feeling about these wounds reknitting and almost instantaneously?
I'm going to stab this fucker.
Raphe feels really not good about it.
No.
That's why he's asking questions.
Yeah, I'm horrified. I've never seen anything like this.
I assume Baius would have some sort of weapons against these creatures or something, given his experience. Does he? What would he have?
I think in the last session, I think he was also procuring small amounts of wolfsbane as well.
Well, that's where I got my
Different.
wolfsbane from.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you can add wolfsbane to your
sure,
character
but he wouldn't
sheet.
have like a silver knife or something like that.
Well, he could well do. Do you think that's something he would have picked up along the way?
I think so, considering the amount of knowledge he's got about what's going on.
Okay. Yep. Add that to your sheet.
Are the guards properly equipped?
No. It's strange because they don't seem affected by the fact they've got this half wolf, half man creature in front of them. They're just treating him like
A normal prisoner?
a normal prisoner.
So it doesn't seem out of the ordinary for them.
No, it's strange, isn't it?
Yeah.
Do they make anything, say anything about me adding wolfbane to my weapon, or...?
No, they don't say that's a great idea or anything. They just sort of give you a sort of peculiar look.
It doesn't help.
One of the mutters, is that some sort of healing herb or what?
Yes, I'm going to stab you with a healing herb.
The other thing is that Frida doesn't like the smell of this stuff either.
Okay.
So she's glad to be away from the party in melee.
Has it moved closer to us, or...?
It's currently, being harried by the dog, and then there's another guardsman to the bearing down upon it. Baius.
Okay, so Baius is going to take out the silver dagger and rub this waxy wolfsbane paste on it, and then see what happens when he tries to cut the creature with it. I'm presuming I'm rolling to hit.
Yes, because you've got it prepared as a paste, that should be okay.
Okay. So, yep, I got a 13. And then I got a 10 total for damage.
And you can add an extra D6.
Okay. 11 total for damage.
Did you roll any sixes on that dice?
No, I rolled a 5 plus 1.
Okay. You score a nasty hit. You're now in melee, and seems visibly wounded by what you've done.
Is the wound reknitting?
No. And the creature's yellow eyes, the head snaps around onto you, and it sort of gives you the evil
Not
eye
surprising.
as you bite into it with your weapon. All right. Well, Devon, the NPC who's in front of Maja, he gets his cudgel trying to subdue the creature. And, he sort of bashes into it enough to sort of cave in a man's skull, but you hear the sickening crack and thud of all that, but it seems to re-knit, or the creature really doesn't pay it much heed. And Devon says, "Oh, he's a bit of a tough one, isn't he? We'll crack this egg." The creature counterattacks. It goes for a multi-attack. So first, its eviscerating claws strike at Devon. That's a hit. And Devon is injured. So he moves from, uninjured to lightly wounded. And Baius, the creature takes with ragged teeth, bears down upon you.
Can I attempt to dodge or anything, or it's just a straight attack?
It misses.
Okay.
Yeah. So you've spent 2 action points and you've got a spare one that you can use to
Okay, awesome.
spend on dodge.
So we get 3 action points, do we?
Yeah. Sorry, that's a parry. You can parry. I think dodge is if it's missile weapons being shot at you. The thing is, when first encountered this sort of creature, it defies your reality. You've probably heard tales of werewolves, and this seems to fit that sort of folklore. Baius is a lot more aware of this, so you don't need to make this check. But for everyone else, seeing this creature provokes stress in you, which can lead to peril. So that is an easy resolve check. So add 20 to your resolve.
Yep, fine.
Pass.
Pass.
That was a pass.
Okay.
Paul's disappointed.
But not for long.
You'll all be dead soon.
As it is now Joan's go.
Excellent.
Poison it, Joan.
With what?
I don't know.
Oh, first thing I'm going to do is pull Helmut back behind me out of the way.
Well, what are you doing?
It's dangerous, boy.
I know, we've been through worse than this.
And then I'm going to throw the torch at it.
All right.
Oh, God.
Roll to hit.
It's a critical fail.
Okay. Well, available targets are Devon, Baius, Frida. So one of the qualities with the torch is that if you get hit by it, then you're on fire. But it puts the torch out. Devon, Baius, Frida. So 3-4, it's Baius. 1-2, it's Devon. 5-6, it's Frida. It's Baius.
Sorry, Baius.
What are you doing?
Vampires take extra damage from fire, right?
Make a coordination test, please, Baius, to see whether you're able to twist your body the right way so that you don't get hit by it.
Okay, so if I don't have coordination, I just roll under agility?
Yep.
Oh, my agility is 51 and my roll is 48. So I'm succeeded just.
Because it didn't hit you, I guess you get out of the way, and the torch is sort of still burning on the floor because it didn't actually make contact. Still providing some illumination.
I'm going to drag Helmut back down the corridor.
Leave me alone.
Do you allow yourself to be dragged?
No, I'm fighting tooth and claw.
So how about you guys? You can make an opposed brawn. So you both roll your brawn percentage.
Did so.
And then you add, so if it was like 48, you add 4 to it. 4 plus your normal bonus.
Hang on, what do you mean?
So what's your brawn bonus?
My brawn bonus is 5.
And what did you roll?
I rolled 18.
18. So that's equivalent of 1. So 5 plus 1 is 6. And how about you, Joan?
My brawn bonus is 5.
Mm-hmm.
I rolled an 81.
That's a fail, presumably.
Yes.
Okay.
It's safe to say that I got away.
Yeah. Well, your brawn bonus is 5. I just don't think you get any. You just don't get the +1 or whatever you would have rolled. So he's resisting. Let's go for another to see who wins this contest. I'm going to say the first person to 12.
I failed that roll.
Okay, so we'll just give you the +5.
I got a success.
Yeah.
So what are we on?
What number did you roll?
I got a 29.
Okay, so we had 2 plus 5 is 7. 7 plus 5 is 12. So you drag him to the back of the party and slightly down the corridor.
Coming with me, boy.
Presumably can't get that far.
No, there's portcullis.
That's
what I was getting
fine.
at.
But hey, you're panicking. It's okay. Natural reaction. And then Barky, he goes in with a torch, and he liked your idea about using the torch and saying, well, let's see if this fire will make him step back and bring him into line. And he hits him with the torch.
Ooh.
However, the werewolf man manages to make his coordination check and is unaffected by the flames. Barky will now try a perilous stunt. So bringing out in his other hand, he uses his club and he tries to kneecap the creature to make him unbalanced. So that's actually, he charges in with his club, trying to kneecap him and knock him down. He makes it right on, and so collides into the wolf man, and the creature is knocked to the ground.
Does that make it easier for us to hit it?
Yeah, it will make it easier.
Well, if it's prone, it suffers an additional fury die and damage, apparently.
Thanks for the correction.
That makes it actually gives us just a chance to beat this thing.
Yeah. And it is now over to Marsha.
Okay, I'm going to move behind the guard starting with D.
Devon.
And I'm going to, because if my weapon has reach, I'm going to just impale it with my spear.
Roll to hit.
I rolled a 5.
0.5. That's a hit.
And then a fury dice. And then explodes. So 7 plus 6 plus 5. So 18 damage.
18 damage. That's a mighty blow. And have you added the Wolfsbane damage to
Oh,
that?
no. Do I get an extra D6?
Yeah.
That's an additional 4. So 22.
You drop it down 2 steps and down the damage track. And you'd already done 1.
Mm-hmm.
So it's seriously wounded. And what's the properties of your spear?
I can't do a grievous wound. I can do a moderate, because it's a weak weapon. So
Okay, roll a d6 to see if you do a wound, an injury.
No, 5.
So close.
You're so desperate for one of us to do an injury, aren't you?
Yeah, that's what we live for.
I've got one more point, don't I? Because I moved, and I'm gonna take another stab at it.
You can't. You had to announce that first.
Oh, okay.
You can save it in case it counterattacks you.
Yeah, okay.
Or for some other action. Back to Helmut, who's been hoisted by the grandma.
You let the adults handle this, boy.
You nearly set fire to Baius.
He's fine.
Oh, well, I'll let myself be carried off, but Freya is going to continue biting, tearing. And I missed. She missed.
Mm-hmm.
Bah, that's it.
That's you done?
I'm done, yeah. I'm letting myself be carried off.
Right.
So Raphe is carrying a couple of pots of oil, lamp oil. So I'd like to empty one out on top of the prone werewolf.
Is that a step up and pour or a throw and
step
smash?
up. I want to step right up to it so I can just tip it out on top of it.
Yep. Okay. All right. Let's just roll me a d6. You can do that, but there's a very small chance that something could go wrong.
The 6.
So you managed to put it on the werewolf,
Mm-hmm.
but you also get some on yourself and on the dog, who sort of bumps into you, sort of rump bumps into your leg, and you get a bit on the dog as well.
All right. If I withdraw from combat now, will I take a free attack or something from it?
No.
Well, I'm just going to move out of combat then.
You just turn up and do your deed, move back. It's over to Baius.
I guess take another stab at it.
All right, go for it.
68. It's going to be a miss, I'd say.
Is there anything else you want to do, Baius?
But I didn't say I was going to do multiple attacks, so I have to stop now, right?
Yeah,
So
but you've got 2 action points still.
Set it on fire.
So you've got a range of options here.
yeah.
You can save some for like parrying.
There's a dropped torch nearby.
Okay. I'll put 2 and 2 together, and I see the drop torch, and I see the oil-covered werewolf, and I'll
Introduce one to the other.
exactly.
Okay,
And
good.
Drag the werewolf over to the torch.
So one to get the torch and one to.
Sure.
Okay, the werewolf and Frida both need to make some coordination rolls to avoid being on fire, and you don't want to be on fire. It's really nasty.
Who'd have thought it?
Is there some kind of penalty here given the oil?
Oh yeah, yes, yes. It is easy to catch on fire. Much easier when you're so doused in it. Let's go for. We'll make that hard to avoid catching on fire when you're doused.
So how much is that?
That's a minus 22 coordination
Got to
skill.
be kidding me.
Nope here either. However, I do have a misfortune point that I was looking to spend on something else, but I'll have to try and keep him alive The werewolf sees his torch coming and tries to scamper away at the last possible moment.
And fails again.
Perhaps even trying to have Frida interposed between itself and the flame. But it just it slips on the floor and the blood and
I'm okay with using a fate point for Frida.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh,
the thing howls in pain. What's Frida?
well, can I use that fortune point?
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm going to get away with this, though. It's a pretty low roll. Okay, I'll give it another shot.
We like Frida. It's not so much Helmut, but we like Frida.
Yeah, lovely. Oh, yes, that's good. That's good. I got 15.
Strangely enough, Frida tries to move out of the way and slips in a favourable direction. For whatever reason, it was a well-coordinated attack, and this creature just stands there, claws writhing in the air, writhing in pain, and eventually it just sort of falls into a sitting position, falls back again, and just burns, lighting up the room magnificently. The smell of burnt hair, burnt flesh, and the smoke is repulsive.
Job done.
It's like we're back in Noose again.
It's a smell you're well familiar with.
Do we have to take a peril test for that?
No, you won't.
Can we leave the room? Is it weren't there portcullises that were like blocking us or something?
Locked in, aren't we?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is
Probably.
going on? Why is everyone so calm? What was that? What did you say he was?
It's just
Is
an
that- is that
escaped
a
prisoner.
A hedonist? Is that what a hedonist is?
It's a loop garou.
I thought you said it was a hedonist.
It's a hedonist. Yeah. Don't listen to him. It's just a man, and he's met his maker now.
What did you say, Baius?
It's a loop garou. And
So
he-
it is a loop guru or a hedonist?
What does that translate
It's
to?
a hedonist
Baius?
loop guru.
well, he launches into the story of Grandfather Wolf. There are these kinds of creatures around here, and we don't know much about them, but they exist.
Obviously.
Yeah, there's grandfather wolf stories, and there's wolves in the wild, but we don't speak of them much.
Why not? Bit of warning would have been nice.
It's just an escaped prisoner.
Not to us.
You see him.
The wolf man.
Don't know what you're talking about.
Well, he looks like a wolf.
Some people do look a bit wolfish.
You seem very calm about this.
Look,
Does he turn into a regular man?
Has his form changed at all?
well, it's a pile of ashes.
It'll be easier to
Sweep up.
Yeah.
Let's go somewhere where there's no putrid burning stench.
Yeah. It is rather strong. He taps on the floor and the portcullis raises. And it's really, look, they open a cell. Quick, let's get in here where they've got like the window with the bars so we can get some fresh air. Quick, in here.
Okay.
Is he ushering us in there, or is he leading us
Is
in
he
there?
going first?
Oh, no, he's being gallant and saying, in here,
After you, Devon.
fresh air.
No, I'm too dense to argue with that. I'll go in.
Quickly, lady.
Okay.
Come on. It's
After
smoky
you.
out there.
No, ladies first.
Oh, no. I'm far too old to care about manners like that. In you go.
Sir, quick, we're not got long. We need this fresh air.
How about we just go outside?
No, in here.
No, outside's fine.
Is this just one guard?
There's two.
But one of them's quite injured, isn't he?
He's lightly injured.
But the portcullis has gone up now.
That was
I just start walking towards the other portcullis.
Yeah. Okay.
That's open.
Is it no? In here first. And Devon, you go in too.
No, I'm quite all right.
Okay, well, I'm going to go with...
The smoke's not affecting me. It's all right.
Yeah, I'm with him.
Oh no, this is an order.
But we helped you,
Yeah, we're very appreciative of this.
and now
Why are
you
you trying to
lock
put
us
us in-
up.
No, you need to go in here.
Why?
It's just standard procedure.
Is it standard
Can
procedure,
I make
Baius?
some kind of like folklore or like I know the culture, like why the
Bullshit law.
yeah, it just seems pretty like much like bullshit. Exactly. Like, why are you trying to lock us up?
Well, it's just standard procedure. It's not locking up. We'll
Well,
bring you
you're
food.
telling us to go into a cell for what reason?
just for 3 nights.
3 nights?
While whichever guy that is distracted talking to Baius, I take my gun out and just put it to the back of his head.
Awesome. Okay, so now tell me why. So now I guess can I use bargain? So
It's intimidate.
no, I think
you can bargain. He can intimidate.
Yeah, that's a bargain. So who under whose orders are you trying to lock us up?
Well, it's just standard procedure in case anyone got injured, so that they can be attended.
That's not a carrot pushing against your head. Just pointing that out.
Yeah. He,
Which guard was injured?
Devon.
I'm going to point to Devon and gesture him into the
We
room.
didn't get injured.
It was dark. There was lots of. Someone could have got cut.
Yeah,
Listen, I think
he
you'd-
did.
I think you'd better
right,
take
of
off your
course.
uniform and drop your weapons.
What are you doing?
They're worried about infection. No, I'm sorry, I'm a bit slow tonight.
Yeah, it's. I know. I'm okay. But you need to just sit it out.
If you continue to insist on this, you will not be okay.
How is this infection passed on?
Well, you know, from bleeding and cuts, and sometimes people might get rabies.
I know a bit about this.
I
so-
thought you said that this wasn't a wolf.
Well, the
kind of
man, he
infection?
was. Did you not see him? He was, animalistic.
Because the only person who got injured was your friend Devon.
Perhaps we should lock
Well,
him.
Actually,
it
in
was-
fact, that other guard was cut too, so
Yeah, he can stay
stay where?
with you.
What?
None of us are
You're
injured.
lock
Devin's
us up with a-
No, I'm fine, and they start arguing. One's got a gun to his head.
Yeah, none of us were bitten, right? Like
None of us were
No,
injured.
didn't
Well,
even
we
go
don't.
in the
Well,
room.
there's nothing to worry about. Then we'll just wait here
Well,
for
why
3
don't
nights.
can we lock you up instead? You got bitten, we didn't. It kind of makes
Well,
sense.
how about you lock Devon in a different cell than us?
No, we're not going in.
That's a good idea.
Okay,
Again,
do that now.
Again, drop your weapon and take off your uniform.
It's all, you know that this is an offence to threaten a guardsman of the watch.
What, are you going to arrest me?
I'm just suggesting that you think through your options very carefully. You are in jail at the moment.
And you have a gun to your head, so
Yeah, I don't-
maybe think through your options.
Very well. He relinquishes his weapons and his clothes.
And then I gesture him into the cell.
He goes in.
All right, and I do the same for his guard friend.
You
Don't put
them
me in there with
the
him.
same
He's been cut. You can see where he's been scratched.
Oh, well, someone will come and find you later, surely.
Yeah, weren't they going to get fed and stuff?
Someone will come with food. You can make your case to them.
We'll put the other guard in there with you.
Okay. Now he dejectedly walks into the cell, intimidated
I can
sufficiently.
pick up the poleaxe.
Lock the cell door, and I carefully pick up the uniforms and stash them in my backpack.
Walk to the portcullis. Bang, bang, bang.
It does not open.
I do it again.
It does not open.
In my best impersonation of one of the guards, I yell, "Hey, guy downstairs, open the portcullis."
Well, you hear a voice sort of yelled up through the floor. No, you're all staying there.
What about you? You were injured too. You need to be put in a cell.
No one needs to know about that.
This is the worst prison I've ever been in.
I'll be
And
right.
I've been in a few.
Thank you for your concern. I'll bring you some food and things and some water. Thank you very much.
Who's going to open the portcullises if you're going to be bringing us food?
I'll get someone else too. How many of you are left alive?
Everyone except for the prisoner.
Both of your guard friends have been wounded. We are fine. They are separated from us.
They are
That's what everyone says.
in a room by themselves.
They're bleeding quite profusely. You might need to come up and get some help up here.
Well, that's why I sent you in there. You're a healer.
We are the new guards now.
And now you answer to us.
Got uniforms and everything.
Well,
We have the uniforms. We're the guards.
Thank you for your assistance. Good night.
for God's sake. So hang on, we've got keys and whatnot. That's not going to get you through the
There's a
portcullis.
bloody
but-
portcullis.
I know, but is there anywhere else to go in here?
So I'll just pass around a reasonably badly drawn map of where you are. But essentially, it shows that there are some cells that are in the middle of the complex and some cells that are sort of on the street. Now, the cells that face the street have ventilation, whereas the inner cells, they don't have any ventilation, and they're really grotty and horrible. I'm not sure where you want to stay. It also shows which portculli are up and which ones are down, and where the guards are imprisoned and where the wolfman is burning. So the question to you is, whereabouts do you want to go within your confinement
towards the exit.
Yeah. Can we test the portcullis and see if it's got any
Budge?
Yeah.
It's pretty solid, very solid. It's made to, well, just how solid. If you had any skill in engineering or any skill to bear around these sort of things, I might be able to tell you.
Looks like we're stuck in here no matter what we do.
Yeah. Helmut's just going to find a nice corner somewhere in a nice ventilated cell and curl up with his dog for the time being.
You might want to get the oil off her.
Oh. I don't know how.
I suppose it won't hurt her if she licks it off. I guess we're waiting.
Yeah. Well, they said 3 days. So.
May as well give those guards their clothes back. Maybe.
No.
Nope.
Oh, well, take the one that isn't injured out of the cell and put him in a different one.
No.
No, it was going to put all ours together.
Yeah, it doesn't
We don't
sound
have
us.
keys to open the cells once we've closed them anyway.
Oh.
Do we
Do we
have?
not have-
Didn't you take the keys off the guards?
No. we didn't
Did
do
they
that.
have keys?
The cells can be opened from the outside, like
Yeah.
barred.
Ah.
But no, there's no keys.
So we could potentially, but we won't because we're past.
Well, there's not really anywhere else to put them.
Well, there are the cells. We could separate them. If one of them turns into a monster.
We could feed them wolfsbane. Baius said that was a potential cure, a toxic cure, but
We could start searching the cells.
We could search the wolfman thing's cell. Maybe it damaged the walls enough for us to.
You guys can.
If we're stuck in here anyway, we may as well sort of wander around and see what we can find, and just make sure that someone's on the doors of the cells so they don't get closed, locked in.
You have to deliberately kind of close the cell doors.
The doors open outwards.
They open inwards.
It's a strange thing for a cell to open inwards.
Mm.
Hmm.
Why do you reckon that is? Why do you reckon they've done that?
So you can't push your way open. Didn't stop the wolfman.
He ripped it off. Incredible strength.
Hmm.
So is this place empty? Is there other? We haven't really heard anyone else except rats.
Well, there was one inmate who's now burning wreck.
Yeah, apart from him. Oh, I suppose we'll have a look around then. I'll hop up with my dog and let's go for a walk.
Okay, so they're apart from the guard cell, where you've got the guards, and they've got a sort of like ventilation. There are 4 cells and the wolfman cell.
Well, I'm not interested in the Wolfman's one. I'll go to.
You're not?
No, I'm going to go check it out.
Yeah.
You see body of a man.
Yeah.
Well, I was going to check it out before that, but okay.
We were busy putting the guards in jail.
It's sort of nondescript man who's been burnt. Human. Not as big as the creature that was previously in here.
Does it look like he has any wounds or anything from the...
Yep, you can see those wounds that you inflicted upon in the same spot of the body.
Is this a dead body?
Yep.
The walls damaged?
It's still really yucky and hazy and smoky in here, and it's sort of just a smell of burning flesh.
And this is open to the street with the little bars.
Yeah, there's a little ventilation window.
Maybe someone will smell the burning and come and investigate.
I'm not there. I've wandered off.
What are you looking for, Helmut?
I'm just wandering around some of the cells to the north and have a look in that cell there. So the cells they're not bars, are they? They're proper rooms.
Yeah,
So I can't actually tell what's in it without
opening.
at least looking in the window,
Yeah,
which I will do.
it's kind of dark. There is a bit of moonlight coming in through from the ventilation windows.
Yeah.
Is it a full moon?
You hadn't noticed.
It is a waxing moon, almost full. In 2 days, there'll be a full moon.
There we go. Another
Okay.
piece of the puzzle, while you're being kept in quarantine, perhaps.
Oh, okay. Okay, so can I see into the cell? It's dark, but there's a bit of moonlight. Is there anyone in there?
If they are, there's no one that is obviously in there.
I'll open the cell.
Okay. Yeah, it opens and you hear a bit of scuttling, an old cup being knocked over, but looking around, you sort of notice those little dark shapes scuttering away
Okay.
through cracks and so on.
Rats. Okay, fine. I'll back out and pull it shut.
Again, they're really abysmal sort of places to spend time. There's raw sewage on the ground and
Yeah.
old sewage, mould.
Reminds me of
Scraps.
home.
It's like a mansion for you, isn't it?
So all the cells are much the same, though the cursory glance at the ones on the inner, they're more putrid, so they don't have any ventilation.
Yeah. Do they have anyone in them?
No. And there are no other occupants here apart from yourselves.
Us.
Looks
Yeah.
like we're spending the night.
At least. Didn't they say 3 days?
It takes quite a lot more than just meeting one of these creatures to contract their condition.
Yeah. Well, we didn't get hurt, did we?
No.
But they did. And they can rip through doors, apparently.
Do you think that other guard is infected?
I'd say it's not likely. It's possible, but it will take more than 3 days.
Also, hang on. It takes more than 3 days for the infection to take hold. Why are we even here then?
Baius consults his folkloric knowledge.
Baius is right in that you'd normally expect someone would need to be more grievously injured before they would catch lycanthropy. However, it was dark, there was a lot of movement, and this is probably just a standard procedure. Everything's okay, but that's just one way of being sure.
Not exactly okay. We've mugged the 2 guards.
How naked did you make them get?
Naked enough so that we can make sure that they hadn't been severely wounded.
Okay.
We're definitely just sitting it out for the next few days.
We don't have a choice.
Not really. So have they supplied us with a plank or something to sleep on?
There's, flea-infested pallets, a bit of straw, but generally just cold, hard floor.
Oh, well, I better get comfy.
So you're all going to sort of resign yourself, or you want to take any more action?
I mean, can we pry the portcullis up with one of the poleaxes, or?
Give it a shot.
I want to be investigating all the cells, just like seeing if there's anything, either knowledge or valuable, you know.
I'll help with the portcullis prying attempt.
It'll be athletics. You can have an assist dice, and it's going to be arduous.
What's your athletics?
44.
Better than mine.
That would be 9.
Yep.
Okay. You managed to get the portcullis high enough, holding it, so someone could wiggle under.
I will go under with the other pole arm and then prop it from the other side.
Okay.
Come on, Baius, let's go.
Where are we going?
We're leaving.
Let's go.
Has anyone told me yet?
Helmut, let's go.
You're asleep, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm just curled up somewhere.
Get Frida, but don't worry about Helmut. I assume someone goes to get Helmut.
So yeah, I'll go and get Helmut.
All right. There's another portcullis.
Anyone else helping me?
Well, if I saw you get through the first one, we might as well all help.
You only get one assist die.
Who's the strongest?
Oh, 49.
I've got 46.
I think I'm around 50, but I'm lazy. No, I'm shit. I'm 30.
Okay, I think Helmut needs to help me.
You jack up another portcullis. You wiggle your way
8.
through. You do
This is great.
There's one final portcullis.
Can I do it again? Can I do it third time lucky? No. 47. I'll give it another go.
No, you can't budge this one for whatever reason. Unless
Between
something
2
else
things.
changes to give you a chance at it.
Can we dig up the floor stones?
Are these portcullises on some kind of reciprocal arrangement? So one closing opens the other, or was that just the efforts of the other guy downstairs that caused that to happen?
Yeah, he's got one job and he's just that's his thing. Gives the illusion of efficiency.
Well, we got closer to the exit at least.
Well, now we're stuck between 2.
And beyond the portcullis where you are the double heavy oaken doors.
Well, if he's coming back, he says he's coming back to bring us food. He doesn't expect us to be here. He expects us to be 2 portcullises away. So, yeah, in theory,
Ambush.
yeah, we should be able to rush out. If he opens his next portcullis,
Mm-hmm.
rush out and
Is he not
Surprise
going to
him.
be expecting us here, though? If we've lifted the portcullis, isn't that going to have engaged all sorts of stuff downstairs?
You only lifted them partially. So it's possible though.
He's bringing us the food, so someone else will be on the...
yeah, but in theory, they've got to lift the portcullis up for him to get through
Yeah.
because he's got to get through 3 portcullises to get to where we are to bring us the food.
Where we're supposed to be, yeah.
Unless he's got some kind of little trained tiny dog or something, trained the rats to carry a little tray or something like that.
Let's hide in a room then, and
Yeah, and wait.
Which room do you wish to be in?
It's one of those cells.
closest one to the portcullis.
Well, there's one on each side of the corridor.
Oh,
I wonder if we should split between them or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd also like to put on one of the guard uniforms.
I'll put on the other one.
No, just me.
Oh.
Wouldn't fit over your brigandine.
So that's a good question because they were wearing armor.
Okay. Well, then we've got that.
Yeah. There's quilted armour. You've also got a pole cleaver and a cudgel.
2 pole cleavers and 2 cudgels, or
Yeah.
Definitely wouldn't fit my corpulent body, would it?
What were their builds?
That's a good question. So Devon was husky and Barky was corpulent.
I would have put on his armor.
I didn't give anyone the armor. I took the armor, so
Can I try that armor on?
no.
When did you take the armor? You put the suits, you put the outfits in
Yeah,
your
well, if the
backpack.
armor was part of the uniform, then I would have taken it. Paul didn't say anything about armor at the time.
It's a good point.
Give me the damn armor.
No, I'm putting one on. It's way too big for me, but
But it's warm. It insulates against the cold and makes you more comfortable.
You young punks these days.
You've got a dog to
Yeah,
cuddle up to,
my
so
dog.
you're
An oily dog.
at least warm. What about the rest of you? What are you doing for your comfort?
I've got my.
I'm missing my wife.
I'm threatening Raphe to give me the damn armor.
no.
You could always take it.
Okay, so you've got the street side cell and you have the inner cell. The inner cells are very gross. Are you all going to stay in the one cell or are you going to divide yourselves?
Probably should split up and we can pincer him.
All right, who wants to be in the putrid cell?
Not it.
No, thanks.
I will.
Yeah, I don't want to be with him. Don't trust him.
Hey, boy, steal me that armor if you can.
Can try. Don't think I can.
Rafe sits on his backpack.
So Raphe and Helmut are sharing a cell and Baius and Joan are sharing a cell. Whereabouts are you?
I'm going to hang off the ceiling like Spider-Man.
Okay, that's a bit impossible unless you have some way.
I don't know. I'll get in one of the cells. Which ones are the clean cells?
The outer cells.
The inside ones.
I'll go in the clean cell.
Or you can stay in the corridor.
Or no, that sort of defeats the purpose of an ambush. I mean, there's no real way for me to hide in the corridor, is there?
Not in your brigandine armor.
No,
What are you hiding for?
for the ambush.
What ambush?
The guard said he was going to bring us food,
Yeah.
and we are now 2 portcullises advanced to where he thinks we are. If he was to bring food to where he thinks we are, he would have to come through this portcullis.
Okay, but none of us are hidden.
Well,
Technically.
we're in the cells. We're going to go into the cells on either side of this.
Okay, I
So
see.
This is basically a corridor with
No,
2
I
cells
get it, I get
and,
it. Yeah.
and a portcullis. So
Okay, so we're out of view, basically.
It's Joan and Baius. You're together. Which one? You're with them as
I
well?
want to go into the ventilated, clean one.
It's
You're
with
in the
us.
ventilated, clean one as well. 3-2 with a corridor in between. During the night, you become aware of some motion in the alley next to this building.